Hey guys!
Happy Sunday!
Happy Sunday! Welcome back to Character Snark.
Back to BlazBlue.
Back to BlazBlue. Somebody pointed out to us, by the way, and I don't remember why we had the conversation, but they pointed out that Hakumen and Nu aren't actually on this screen.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
I think we were having a discussion about it, and we're like, oh, well, we're going to wait until the end to do those two, and it's like, you guys can't do those two.
So this whole time I didn't
oh,
even notice that they're not on here.
Yeah, I don't even remember what the discussion was about where somebody had that conversation, had the comment on a video for it. Like, I don't know, but this week we're gonna do Bang, so let's do Bang, I guess.
Belief.
Belief.
In what?
It's been 4 years since the central city of the Ikaruga Federation fell. I almost said foundation. Everything is burning. My master's country is covered in roaring flames. So it was enough for them to destroy our hopes for peace. Will they not rest until they've reduced the entire Ikaruga Federation to dust?
Those damned librarians!
Librarians don't sound that sinister.
Well, it is when you consider that, Bang is like a big, super buff, like, jockey-looking guy, so...
Why would he be threatened by librarians, then?
I don't know. It's just Revenge of the Nerds, but through anime.
And it caused this.
Yeah. Ahead of me, a group of library soldiers have cornered a crowd of civilians. They're all wielding armagus.
Those are magic weapons, right?
Yeah.
Extermination order has been declared. All members lead.
Oh
So
shit, the
those are
librarians are exterminating.
Civilians, right?
Yeah. The man leading them raises his arm, and the soldiers activate their infernal weapons. They're gonna burn those innocent civilians to death.
Not gonna happen.
So, is Ikaruga, we know that there was a war and that stuff happened, it was a big deal. Do we know why there was a war?
They're a federation, which immediately tells me that they are a different government.
Yeah, but why are they at war?
Because they're a different government.
There's war. Not everyone is at war with everyone else all the time.
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that the Libraria's government, which I can never remember the title for, but it's totally a thing, doesn't like the existence of other governments and probably goes all kinds of crusades on them.
You think it's literally just conquering?
I think it's just conquering.
Okay, I assume that it was going to be something like, oh, we're looking for the secret of some magic weapon, new 13 weird shit.
I mean, maybe, but
and
he
actively
actively said peace wasn't enough for them. So it's like it wasn't enough that we were peaceful, that we weren't fighting anymore. They had to just completely wipe us out.
Yeah, but like, what do they want out of it?
I don't know.
If it's just to conquer, I guess you would still kill civilians for conquering. I mean,
My
just
men
not
and
all
I
of them.
leap at them with a chorus of righteous yells. They don't even have a chance to cry for help before we knock them flat. It's almost too
Boss
easy.
Bang!
Boss Bang.
Boss Bang is here.
Sounds like an entirely different name when you put a prefix like that.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yes, we're gonna be fine.
So there's also
We're
the chance
safe.
that peace has a different sort of meaning in this particular political relationship.
I turn and give the civilians a heroic smile. Yeah, maybe, I guess.
That's correct. There's nothing to worry about now.
How much authority did he have in this? He wasn't at the top.
No,
We
he
know
has a
he
guy
wasn't.
who's directly above him. He has a master.
Yeah, but like even then, is that like big government, or is he just part of a small group that just helps people?
Based on who Bang is and based on what we are seeing right now, I'm going to guess that they're just feudal Japan.
Yeah.
So it could be a shogunate, and it's literally just Bang is the secondary sort of like head of the guard for a shogunate.
Yeah, like he's not any kind of royalty.
No,
in this
he's
situation.
probably just a really strong fighter guy. I tell my men to tie up the library soldiers and leave them there. No matter how evil their actions may have been, killing is never justified. The crime is to blame, not the men who commit it.
That's a weird way to say it.
I abide by my master's teachings. There will be no killings tonight.
Take every single survivor.
Guns
and
don't
lead
kill
them to
people.
safety.
Killing people kills people.
I mean, at my command, my men break off into small groups to lead I almost said kill the civilians to safety.
Kill them to safety.
It looks like there are only about 30 civilians here. I can't believe these are the only survivors left in this area. A scowl crosses my face. These library dogs, how many innocents must they kill before they're satisfied? In front of the fleeing civilians, I see a handful of men in those horrible uniforms appear from around a corner. More library dogs.
There they are, surviving soldiers and refugees.
Wipe them out!
Yeah, this is pretty extreme.
Yeah. Like ants converging on a dying insect, more soldiers pour out of streets
Is
and
this
alleys.
just straight up
Let
genocide?
us take care of things
Yeah.
here.
They
Okay.
literally used the word, was it eradication?
Yeah, of just, it's not like they want to take a bunch of civilians as, like, new subjects or anything. And if they're looking for something, they don't have to kill everyone to get it.
No.
It's just straight up, let's steamroll this country.
Yeah. One of my men leaps forward and moves as if to attack the library dogs. I step in front of
No,
him.
this is my duty. You guys escape with the other villagers.
I
No,
mean,
you
we
have
know
to escape
Bang
first,
lives,
boss.
but this is a
The
bad
people
idea
need
anyways.
you more than they need us.
It warms my heart to hear him say that, but this is no time for sentiment.
It doesn't matter who they need.
So this was
You
4
are all
years
people
ago,
of
Yeah.
this country.
and
it is my duty
I
to
know
see that
that
the
Jean
people
is
survive.
active during
Leave
this
this place
because
to
this
me,
is
and
the
go help the
conflict
others.
in which he becomes a war hero.
Boss!
So
Boss Bang!
Boss!
The
We
men from
know
the
that-
library are getting closer. Sorry, what were we saying?
we know then that, like, all the flashbacks to, like, the military academy are
and
more than
protect
4
our
years ago. Did we
country.
ever get an exact number?
Nope.
No?
Not to my knowledge. Possibly, if we were to go back and look through the footage, there might be numbers that are given for the year. Because they
Yeah.
sometimes do that. They'll throw the year up.
And we don't really remember them because they're kind of
They're,
contextless when we
they're
see
all
them.
over the place. And the numbers are kind of screwy because it's not based on, like, real world years.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know.
But sir,
Yeah, there's
country we're
a
supposed to
stable timeline,
is
which sounds
already-
weird considering this game.
Yeah. My men are confused and desperate for answers, but the library men are getting closer.
You idiots! Who told you to protect a piece of land? It doesn't matter where you
pretty-
are.
he's
as
pretty
long as there
noble.
is people, there is a country.
Yeah. Well,
This
the
is
country is the
touching.
people, not the land.
Yeah.
It's the people that make a country.
Okay,
not its
thanks.
land.
Thanks for saying that. Yeah. He knows I'm right, but it's hard to accept. I know how he feels, but if we're to survive this, we must be strong.
we are the country.
This isn't the time
Yeah.
to start, like, pawing
takes
over that and trying to
one
make sure
person
you
to
know
keep a country
exactly what the
alive.
literary intent is.
Yeah, yeah.
Soldier, ninja guy.
Let's go. We gotta protect the people.
All it takes is one person, but let's make sure to protect these other people. Let's not get caught up on that.
I can tell from the determination on their faces. I don't need to worry about them anymore.
We'll protect these civilians.
I'm
Sir,
waiting for Jean to walk
Please
in.
be safe.
Jean's probably already here.
Yeah, like he just
I
walks
don't
into
need
the
you to worry
scene.
about me.
Eh.
Who do you think I am? I'm the Ikaruga ninja who fights in the name of love and justice. Bang Shishigami! If you have time to worry about me, go save the people first.
Is stealth a part of the tradition of the Ikaruga ninjas at all?
Maybe?
He announces
There's-
himself everywhere.
He doesn't announce himself every time. Sometimes he just shows up and then announces himself.
And then starts
But it's
glowing.
like, to an extent, if you want to be really technical about it, he might be ninja-y right up until he announces himself. Like,
Oh, you
like,
think that he's just always off screen when we're not looking at
yeah,
him?
like maybe he's like
hiding-
jumping through the shadows and hiding.
hiding
and
in a rafter.
You know, he moves like 100 miles an hour through the rafters of the buildings, and then he plops out and just announces himself out of nowhere. And it's
He's
like,
here,
okay.
under the floorboards.
I turn and launch myself at the library soldiers.
Take them out.
I catch him by surprise, but the man I hit has time to fire off an Ars Armagus. Some sort of thing, almost akin to arrows, rain down on me.
What are you firing? Toothpicks?
So, guns that aren't magic exist in this setting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's not like an Ars Armagus is just like the only kind of gun.
No, I think this is a very special kind of library gun.
Yeah, okay.
They look at me like I'm some sort of demon. Very well. If a demon is what's needed to protect the innocent, then a demon I'll be.
I kind of wish he was one.
These men are only dogs, following the orders of their master. They're no match for me. With a single move, I take out almost a dozen of them.
Damn, that is a
Burn down my
lot.
village,
Yeah.
but I will not take your lives.
I mean, they're taking out
Now
more
get out of
people,
my
but
sight
it's
before I
not
change
as
my
balanced.
Yeah. As the library soldiers begin to drag their broken and battered bodies away, I look past them to the burning castle.
Yeah, he just doesn't kill at all, huh?
As I watch, a part of the castle explodes, and shivers run down my spine. Could my master still be in the tower? There was no time to waste. I took off toward the castle like a gust of wind. Before long, I was near the moat. Only a few guards were left.
A lot of good the
Dang, your
moat
timing
did
couldn't
keep
have been more
people out.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they were firing arrows on fire, and that's what did that. I don't think the...
Oh,
I mean,
they might
maybe-
also just have, like, airships for all I know.
Yeah, also, moats aren't a permanent solution. It's a temporary one. You put the moat there, and it stops people from getting in the moment, but you have to come up with a secondary strategy to stop them long time.
Yeah. But, like, it just seems like this... I mean, we jumped straight into this happening, so...
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Feels very sudden.
He didn't need to say anything anymore. I knew what was happening. Without taking the time to properly thank him, I rushed through the gates and into the castle.
I'll go rescue the Lord. You guys go back to town and save as many villagers as you can. Go!
Why do they gotta spell it out like that when he has exclamations of nothing?
I don't know. With sheer willpower, I leapt over the moat into the castle gallery. I kick down the wall and make my way to the corridor
Whole lot
of
of
the
good
tower.
the moat goes if, like, Bang can just jump it.
Like, Bang's not the one they built the moat to stop.
It's a good thing he never turned on them.
I guess. Flames lick the walls all around me. It's only a matter of time until the castle burns down. I shout my master's name as I run upstairs.
Lord! Where are you, Lord?
That's his name? Like, was he born with that name? Do you call him Lord? Like,
Also, it's just so weird that he's just calling out in this burning building for the Lord.
yeah.
I'm sure it's just a translation
I
quirk.
throw open a door and leap into the only room on the top floor. So this is one of those pagodas that gets smaller as it goes up,
Yeah.
I guess. The moment I enter, I feel a cold, vicious presence. I instinctively hop to the side as a bolt of blue and white rips through the air.
Is that Gene?
What is this? Ice?
He's here.
I stare dumbfounded at the cluster of crystals sprouting from where I just
Under the
was.
floorboards.
How is it possible? What is ice doing in a room enveloped in flames?
Is this?
Gene himself has no elemental weaknesses. It's just his weapon, correct?
I think so.
Is he also not immune to the ice?
I'm gonna guess that he is immune to it only in... Well, you know...
He wears gloves,
Yeah,
doesn't he?
sometimes he describes it as hurting him sometimes, too. So, like, I have to assume maybe his Ars
Okay.
Magica does have something going
So
on.
he doesn't, like, take extra damage from the fire. Just regular human on fire damage.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so. There's no fire here. Everything is frozen, bathed in blue-white light. Amidst the ice and snow, I see a crumpled figure of a man lying on the floor. He's wearing my master's clothes.
Runs up to him, tries to roll him over, and it's Gene in a costume.
A young man is standing next to my master. His face is as blank and cold as the room.
My lord, are you all right?
Do they have, like,
My
a
lord,
4 years
my
ago
lord.
design for Gene?
Bastard!
I'm guessing it's
guess
exactly the same.
You'd think it would just be the same uniform, but, like, I don't know. There's variants on that uniform. Maybe there's a rank thing to
I
the
don't
way
know.
his is.
The boy turns to look at me. His eyes are like twin shards of blue ice.
Shut up.
This ice guy with an ice sword is looking at me with his ice eyes.
One of his hands is suddenly a blur of motion. I don't realize he swung his sword until I feel pain sear its way across my face and find myself frozen in a block of ice.
I expected a lot more from you. How
He
foolish
was
of me.
hoping to have a real samurai versus ninja fight.
Yeah. I can't move. I feel my mind starting to fade as the boy walks out of the room. He gives me one last cold look before he leaves.
Does he have any looks that aren't cold?
I swear, I'll never forget his face as long as I live. I'm starting to get a little snake. As I make the promise to myself, the castle finally collapses.
Yeah, and that's not really the right voice.
No,
for
I
Bang.
can't get a good bang going.
Yeah,
right now.
you gotta pitch it a certain way that's not really natural for
People
you.
will say this was the day Ikaruga fell, but they'll be wrong. Is that closer?
No, I want to say there's a little bit of a nasalness to it that you're not getting, but I'm not sure if that's the right way to say it.
Ikaruga didn't fall today, and it never will. Not as long as Bang Shishigami is alive, to protect justice, love, and the people of his country.
You're getting
It's been a
closer.
few years since we moved to Kakutsuchi. But the people have adapted quite nicely.
So you just moved the whole country here. Admittedly, it was like 40 people total, but you know.
And that dragon head in the background, he
Maybe?
probably brought that with him.
I don't know, because Kagetsuchi might not.
Though this
I don't
town
know,
has
it
been
might just
given
be
the
here
name Ronin
naturally.
God.
Yeah, like it could be
It is
just
still like a
because this
second
is, I
home to
think, supposed to
myself
be near Orient
all of the
Town, which
villagers
is
of
like
Ikaruga.
Chinese themed.
That is why I
That
swear
could
to
be
protect
either.
it with my
That
life.
dragon.
This town is called Ronin Gai, by the way.
Okay, I think
What are
we've
you
heard
doing
it
there,
called that
boss
before.
I think so, yeah.
I finally got it, boss. The new wanted list.
Oh, wanted
Oh,
list.
man.
Are we getting Ragnar right away?
What points are you at? Are you number 1? 2 of my men are back from an errand I'd sent them on. I can hear them calling me from the bridge below.
Is that right? I'll be right there. Duh!
Tuh.
Tja. I'm more than 30 feet above the bridge. It's an impossible leap for most men, but Bang Shishigami is not most men. To a master of Ikaruga-style ninjutsu such as myself, a leap like this is as easy as taking a step.
Where did that gust come from?
He's weak to wind.
Are you okay?
He had blown off course.
Is that a new technique?
Rachel.
To fall
Rachel
out?
has. It could just be
maybe.
normal wind.
It just tilted him so that he landed on his face, I guess. I pull my head free of the bridge and use the moment to execute a perfect backflip. My face hurts pretty badly, but to a ninja, pain is a state of mind. I can hardly call myself a man of Ikaruga if I allow myself to shed tears over a single flesh wound as this. Simple flesh wound.
Did he get that scar from
I think that's the gene attack.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what was left over. Because he said that he could feel the searing pain spread across his face.
Yeah.
And then he was in a block of ice suddenly.
That's a really thick scar for having come off of a katana slice.
Well, it's also doing ice damage, so like
Would that?
it
Open
could
the
it
wound
could do
more?
a lot more,
Huh.
yeah.
Okay.
Especially if it becomes frozen, it would be like he'd have to deal with frostbite on his face.
I'm imagining how that would have looked while it was still fresh. And it's so big. Like,
I
how
re-
does he even have eyes
I don't know.
anymore?
I really did think I was gonna die there for a minute, though. Maybe I should just keep that to myself.
That was my new technique. I
He's got a
pretend to follow my
nosebleed.
face to catch my opponents off guard.
Yeah, a little bit.
I gotta hand it to you, boss.
He's lucky to have
You
a
are
nose
an
with a
expert on
scar
turning
that
anything
big.
around.
Ugh.
Looking sharp there, boss.
Thanks. I take a look at the wanted poster they've brought me. There's a man on it with white hair and an attitude. He's pretty handsome, but he's nowhere near as manly as me.
Ragnar the Blood.
I think they're about on par for
It's
handsome.
hard to say.
It's a little bit of
Blood.
anime same face. Not a,
Edge.
they're not
Let's
super
see.
close, but
The SS class
They're about the
is
same.
commonly known as the Grim Reaper.
Huh.
Whoa. Largest bounty in NOL history?
is NOL also the name of the country? Because it's the something librarium.
I think it might be Nation of Librarium.
No, it's
I don't
something in
know.
Latin.
Yeah, it could be a lot of things, but I think so, yeah.
Impressive villain. To stand up against the librarium all alone. But
I
cannot
want him
overlook
to
the
be
trouble
friends
he
with
caused.
Ragna.
Very
Just
well.
two
bounty,
spiky-haired,
I will use it to
edgy
rebuild
weirdos
Ikaruga.
just sort of sitting around
safe,
eating
boss.
noodles.
Of course, I shall return
Sort
with
of
good news.
talking about how they hate the government.
Well, they're both friends of Tao.
Who
To protect
isn't a
the
friend
peace
of
of,
Tao?
of Kagatsuchi and recover Ikaruga, I run.
Wait for me, villain. Ragnar the Blood Edge
What are the
the
odds that we just
guardian of
won't
love
even
and
encounter
justice.
him? Because
Bang
that
I don't
happens
know.
sometimes.
will bring you
Pretty
down.
high, probably. Yeah, thank you for that save, finally.
That's what it seems like.
Oh,
This is quite a
lychee
serious
first
matter.
thing, huh?
Yeah.
I see. That can't be ignored.
Straight into spaghetti.
Huh? That must be Lychee over there, but who's the man next to her? Could he be her boyfriend? I can't hear what they're talking about from here.
The Virgin Bang.
No, this is what they call
The
eavesdropping.
Chad Tager.
It's a despicable act and an affront to justice. But I can't take my mind off my beloved Miss Lychee.
Can I just take
Please,
a moment?
gods of justice, forgive me for trying so hard to overhear their conversation.
You're a ninja. Eavesdropping is bad? Eavesdropping goes against your
He's in the shadows
morals.
right now. Or he's tiny and has a filter on him for some strange reason. I'm not sure which.
I hope he is the
I'll continue my
only
research. You be careful,
Ikaruga Federation ninja with these particular values. I hope everyone else is stealthy as hell, and he's
Wait,
the only
Lychee.
one that's like this.
That's too
And
dangerous.
that they just kind of accept it because he's
I'll
so
be
good at what he
fine.
does.
Quit worrying about me.
Right?
I'll see you later.
You there.
I'll see you later.
I can't stand here and let you talk to Miss Lychee like that.
Okay, so we don't fight her first thing.
Who might you be?
Yeah.
Ha! It is only polite to tell your name before asking others, but I will
You're
say
not
it
go-
only once.
I mean,
suggest
we're
you
gonna
pay attention.
we're gonna win the fight, right? That's the route we're doing.
So literally every single story mode for this ends with Tager being the first guy, and he always loses. So if we lose this fight, I think it's an automatic game over. I don't even think it's an alternative like storyline at all.
Bang Shishigami,
Winning this
the
fight
loyal
will
ninja
not
who
impress
fights on love and
Lychee.
justice.
Yeah.
This will not do
Strongest
shit.
vigilante in all of Kagutsuchi.
Except maybe
Aren't
make
you a
her
little
mad.
too enthusiastic? So what does a ninja like you want from me?
What do you
I'm
want
trying
from
to just
me?
draw it in my
Don't
mind
play
the
dumb.
Virgin Chad
I
being
know
with
that you're
these
trying to
two.
convince Miss Lychee to join a cult or something.
They're both giant muscle men. Like
I know, but one of
Hardly a
them just
conversation.
can't talk to girls, and
What
the
were
other
you saying
doesn't give a
about
shit.
Lychee?
one of them is a Frankenstein.
The other one's
That's
already
Miss
half
Lychee to
shirtless and ready to
I
go.
can't stand it anymore.
I'm just
I'll
saying,
set you
like-
straight.
I don't know. The way he
This looks like the start of like a I don't know, a pay-per-view for wrestling. Like, look at these guys. They're huge. Like, both of them are just giants for no reason.
and neither of them will win Lychee's heart. And Tager doesn't
Probably
care, so he's already won.
Ugh. So, Bang's got some really nice command grabs, by the way.
Does he? I'm not
Yeah.
good at commands, so I don't know
Oh,
if I
fuck.
ever noticed.
Yeah, problem is I can't get him off on Tager very well because he's so big.
It's like
it's
trying
hard to figure out where his hitbox
It's
actually
trying to
is.
grapple a refrigerator,
A little
basically.
bit, yeah.
Or like an electric.
He's also got a
Plant.
dunk that's like super nice if I can get this one working. It's one of his D moves, but it's seriously like
So
it's so
it's
good.
it's in the same thing as his little Kanji charges, though,
Yeah, it is actually.
which you are not activating. So they're in there, but they're not.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get a little bit of. There you go.
Yeah.
There it is. See?
Yeah. So was it like a quarter circle?
No,
or
it's just
something?
jumping and hitting the button.
No, for the grabs.
Oh,
Show
that's
you.
quarter circle. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I never managed to get those off.
I suppose I was
Possibly
a little
because
too hot.
I've always
Lychee-
just been trying to activate super mode.
Don't say glare. Just do it.
I understand how strongly you feel about Miss Lychee. which is exactly why I'd like to ask you to look
Okay.
after her.
Has this happened before? Have they had this encounter before? Because he seems to not need it explained to him.
I don't know. I think maybe Tager is just assuming he knows what's up, and it's
Maybe.
correct.
Tager is clever.
Tager, I think, is older than everyone else in this cast. I'm not 100%
Well-
sure, but he's got like a streak of white through his hair. So
He's
like,
dead, so he probably had a full military
Miss Lychee
career
is heading
before
for
they,
Area
like,
28,
salvaged him
the
out of the
abandoned
scrap
underground
heap or
facility.
something.
yeah, maybe.
Worried about her.
I don't
There is
remember
other
the full...
business I must
We
tend
never
to.
got the full context of where the hell he came from, really.
No, we
Leave
just know
Miss
that
Lychee
he's
to me?
probably an
So,
animated
you
corpse
were a
full
good
of
person
robot
after
parts.
all. And a good judge of character, too, I might add.
Face Bang is making here, where he's just kind of staring off into
man,
nothing
so
with that
cold-hearted
grin. It's just like,
to turn
he is
down
imagining
request.
all the things that aren't going to happen
Miss
between
Lychee
him and
will be safe
Lychee.
with me, I promise.
Yeah, I'm guessing
Nothing
based
to
on
worry
what
about.
we know about Bang, it's literally just hand holding. Like that's how I choose to believe.
And she's not gonna
I
let him.
must
Yeah.
apologize
I don't
for
think she's
acting
gonna
so
let him.
rashly earlier.
He's too
But consider
human.
that a good lesson to you. Oh,
There's not a single part of him that's made out of
That one's
oil or
ours.
bugs. She doesn't
Yeah.
care.
I'll see you around.
She's got no reason to feel guilty or responsible for him. So she's gonna ignore him.
Finally out of my sight. He just couldn't take no for an answer. Nonetheless,
God.
he was an honest man. With his passion.
Oh, he's just
Maybe he
straight
could
up
even
trying to pit
save
Bang
her.
against Arakune.
Yeah, either he's trying to get Bang to kill Arakune
Or
and
romance
save her,
Lychee
or
so she stops
potentially
looking
convince
for him.
Lychee to stop going after him.
Not gonna work.
Is Taker Lychee's dad? Like,
I thought that they were the ship
That might be an
initially before we saw
overstatement.
more of her with Arakune. So, I don't know.
I like super responsible Tager for no reason,
Lost
who's
track
just
of
like
Miss Lychee.
gonna be everyone's dad. Like just try and keep people out of trouble and make sure they're safe. And then he explodes because he's half bomb.
I noticed
Sidewalk
just
guy
now, I
Mm-hmm.
had the realization
No,
that you've
no.
just kind of
He
heavily
acknowledged me as
related
a
to
true
Tager
man.
the entire time we've
Correct.
seen anything of Tager.
Correct.
And the moment we saw Kokonoe, I was like, that's my girl.
Miss
Yeah.
Lychee and I
It's
are
like,
connected
is that
with
the
a
ship?
powerful bond
No.
of fate.
It's
don't
you
think
and
so.
I
me.
know that our paths
I'm
It's
pretty-
you and
I
me.
don't think so.
You
I'm
don't
just
ship
saying,
yourself
no.
with me?
No.
Oh.
I don't make real life ships. That's fucking weird.
This must be a
Okay.
challenge to test our love.
And we'll talk about it later.
Ah, Miss Lychee! I'll be right there!
You just screaming?
Shut up, old man.
That's-
Stop
Oh,
screaming
shit.
in my ear, will ya?
It's here.
You're ruining my appetite.
That was faster than I
How
thought.
dare you
Yeah.
call me an old man? Identify yourself.
Ragna's just eating.
I love that face he's making.
That stupid ass
Yeah.
face.
Ragna has no
You
right
must
to
be the
call anyone
supervillain.
an old man
Ragna
when
the
his hair looks
Bloodedge.
like this.
Yeah, but I think maybe he's just naturally got white
Yeah,
hair.
I don't know if
What
it's
did you
natural,
say?
but it's there. Like I'm sure
the
it's
vigilante
like
who will bring
he doesn't
justice.
pick it. It might
And
be
mark
some
my
weird
words,
vampire
you
shit.
will not
I knew somebody
escape
when I
the
was
iron
growing
grip of
up
the
who,
law.
in elementary school, just had pale white hair.
Was it like super blonde or like literal white?
Literal white.
Okay. I mean, it happens.
Like, it totally does happen. He had white hair for his entire life, too.
Huh. Mm.
Did you say
Still
you're a
though, it's like
vigilante?
Bang
have no
and
choice
Ragna look like the
Whenever
exact
you're
same
ready, man.
age, other than like the scarring maybe and the
Yeah.
white hair.
Well, and
so
the
they
size, too.
not,
it's-
that's not necessarily an indicator of
In,
age.
in this particular art, and we've made mention of this before, but in this art, it's super, like, obvious
I
that
am the trustworthy ninja,
it doesn't make any
Bang
sense.
Shishigami.
Yeah.
Like, it's not obvious at
Now,
all that
let's
there's
settle this
any
fair and
discrepancy
square.
between their ages. They don't look like one of them is old and the other one's young or anything like that. But in this art,
Yeah,
it's way
there's
more obvious.
lines on Bang's face in that art, which is a different
yeah,
artist,
it's
clearly.
it's only in this art for it though, which is really weird. And I think the story mode, and by extension, this art wasn't in the original arcade version, insofar as I know.
That would make sense. That would make perfect sense for why they had two different artists.
Yeah, so if that's the case, it just means that like the original art was the art where they are like obviously
Yeah,
older.
like they conceived the idea that Bang is what, like at least 30, probably much older.
Yeah.
It's hard to say though because anime style. And Ragna's what, like, just barely above drinking age, maybe?
Probably something like that, yeah.
He's older than Jean. Jean is
it's
a war
unclear.
hero. Jean was a soldier on the field 4 years
correct.
ago, but anime, so that could easily have been he was 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, that is
damn.
so common, is that, like, you'll see in, you know, like, it's usually just a fantasy setting or sci-fi of some sort where it's not relatable to, like, real-world laws and standards, but, like, you'll see a dude who's just, like, super fucking strong as hell, and then they turn out to be,
Yeah.
like, 14 years old. It's like, you can never be sure sometimes.
We're both in super modes right now.
Oh, boy.
But if I just wait
is-
his out, it'll kill him.
Yeah.
I kicked him in the shin. There.
It's a beacon of light versus a weird darkness, too.
Yeah.
The residents of Kagutsuchi can now sleep in peace. I
How?
am now one step closer to the
How?
reconstruction of Ikaruga.
Because he's got a bunch of money now. Because he
has to turn him
beat him
in.
up for a bounty.
Is Bang legally in this country? Is he? If he goes and tries to turn in a bounty, do they like try to slam him because he's like a ninja
really
from
know.
the enemy,
Maybe.
the enemy
Maybe.
side?
I would also like to point out, by the way, that you know, figuring out what exactly we have to do for each of the endings, every single ending requires us to beat Ragna as well.
Huh.
So
Okay.
Ragna always loses to Bang.
I could just fly to my dear Miss Lychee. I am the wind, a love storm, passion with legs. to
Never
my
describe
beloved.
yourself or anyone else as passion with legs.
Finally gone. Seriously, it's exhausting.
I'm imagining
being
like
an idiot
the
that.
world's weirdest
Jeez, It's
bird.
never easy pretending to lose.
Oh, Ragna was just pretending.
You sure were, buddy.
The names of these are great. In the Name of Love, Part 1, Climax Already, and then whatever
Bang.
this
That
chapter
must
is.
be my beautiful Miss Lychee over there. Huh?
The
Do I see an
Virgin
odd-looking
Bang,
figure
the Chad
standing by?
Aracune.
You
filled
need to
with
quit
bugs.
memeing like a filthy meme lord.
I'm sorry, Bang
Wait,
is just
who-
losing so
who's
hard
Lychee
at getting
about to be
Lychee's
attacked by that
attention. It's
monster?
funny.
I don't
Damsel
know.
in distress. I must come to her rescue.
I'm sad that they didn't give him an art that could be like
Rescue?
superimposed
From
next to her to hover hand.
Yeah.
And that monster right there.
Arakune's a little bit hover handing the way they arranged him with his tail.
I think he's just in front of her.
Yeah, I'm just saying. It's
He's sitting on that tail
close.
too, right? Like that's actually what he's doing with that. Because we keep thinking of it as cowboy walking.
he might
But
be
I-
sitting on
I think
it.
it's actually that the tail is curving up and back behind him, and he's kind of curved because he's sitting on it, and his legs are just in front of him.
It's that or they're like whipping
Leg,
around
he's
and
only
back.
got one,
like
but-
it's whipping around and
Mistake.
back like a snake
I'm
or an
sorry,
angry
I need to
cat.
talk to him, so please don't interrupt us.
Yeah.
She's just like, we're talking
Miss
here.
Lychee, you would choose that squiggly over me?
That's what Tao calls Aracune.
I mean, that's what he is.
That's squiggly.
Oh, I
He's
got
a
it. Miss
wiggly
Lychee,
sack full
you
of
must be
bugs.
haunted by that black squiggly thingy. I shall release you from that curse.
I really hope that, like,
I'm
in the
quite
shadows,
alright.
Tao
Please
is
leave
watching
him.
this right now, too. It's like, he must be a nice person. He doesn't like the
What a
squiggly.
despicable beast.
Yeah.
You must be controlling Miss Lychee's mind, trying to satisfy your desires by manipulating others, huh?
No.
Well, not on
Arakune
my
would just
watch.
eat her if that's what he wanted, dude.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't know that.
I am the man of
Yeah,
love
but-
and justice. Bang Shishigami.
He's just assuming
Prepare
that
yourself.
this goop is out for romance, and it's like, man, I know this game is extremely anime, but that's a conclusion you didn't need to jump to?
The wheel of fate is turning.
Alright,
I
this
agree.
shouldn't be too hard.
No, it should be fine.
Pulverizing fist.
I'm trying to figure out how best to do this. I've got plenty of anti-airs, actually. Bang is a pretty nice character to use this with.
Eh. Last time we played as Bang in arcade mode, it was me at the controller, right?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Most of the time, at least. I don't remember
Yeah,
for sure how much of it, like, because in BlazBlue, we usually don't pass the controller, even though that's usually the rule in the
Yeah.
is that if one of us dies twice, they pass it over. But like with BlazBlue, it's like there's characters that some of us are good at and some of us are shit at, and like we don't want to touch.
There's only 2 of us.
Yeah, but like there's characters that you don't want to touch, and there's characters I don't want to touch.
Yeah,
and
that happens.
Like as much as I profess an absolute hate of like Carl Clover, like you're worse with him.
Yeah.
So like it just comes down to we don't pass the controller. But, like, we didn't talk about it before we started this. You were just holding it, was like, oh, okay. I don't really care. And it's like, you play really differently with him than I did.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're kind of doing what I would have done now, where you get off the super and then you just sort of jump around.
A little bit. I'm really bad at doing the super, though. Because his movement is, like, really weird in this form, and I really don't like it.
It's just extra chaotic, so you just sort of take advantage
it's
of that.
So weird.
You just bounce everywhere and you punch.
I can't take advantage of it.
Me neither, honestly. I'm gonna steal your girlfriend.
It's all thanks to my earnest effort.
Okay.
You're really proud of yourself.
Like she's pissed.
He's narrating.
She must be so happy to have finally broken free from.
That was once a man, Bang, and you killed him.
With me because of my excellent performance.
Oh, okay. It's a dating sim.
So this is one of the only big options. This is the first change in all of the stories, by the way. Mm-hmm. So Arakune is also always beaten by Bang.
Huh, okay.
So what we're going to do, because we're going for the true ending, and we always do that first, is we're going to go for the second option, which is cool off a bit and gently confess to Miss Lychee.
Both of those options were confess to Lychee.
Yeah.
It's just whether or not he's like shouting or not. He's still saying this shit out loud too, and she's just so mad.
She's just really angrily staring at him.
Shishigami will risk everything on this.
She's just like, do I have a choice in this?
I must find him.
Arakune just left. He just
slithered
off.
down a storm drain, and she's got to go jump in after him.
Where are you?
She will crawl deeper and deeper into this techno sewer just to get away from Bang.
Yeah. So apparently Bang can smell people. This was never established prior to.
He can smell lychee.
Maybe she has perfume or something.
She probably does. It seems like something she would do. She's very into dress up, and she just generally looks good in general. So she's probably wearing some kind of fragrance.
I gotta find Miss Lychee, or that large man will lose all faith in me.
Oh, is this the ship? You want to impress Tager now?
Oh.
The fuck?
The game crashed.
Be right back.
I'll be right back. Alright, so we're back.
Yeah, it crashed right before a save point.
Yeah, apparently it crashed right before a save point, which is weird, and I'm confused by that. I don't know why it crashed. I was sincerely worried that it was going to crash again coming back in here.
Yeah, that was super spooky.
Yeah.
Sunny sunshine.
Oh shit.
Some bad guys.
Here she comes.
Cat people are so strong. Tao is also so strong.
That is a great
not really
little
a song. It's just her stating things.
Cat people are so strong is just a pretty good song title. I don't care what kind of song it is.
Oh, hi, Tao.
Oh, hey, Tao.
So this is gonna end in a beautiful friendship between Tao and Bang, right?
Maybe.
Is that just gonna be canon in everything?
I hope so, but I don't know. The Carl thing's not canon in this specific one. We haven't fought or seen Carl at all from the beginning.
Yeah, at least down this route. He's probably in one of the others.
Potentially.
Meow, meow.
And he still might show up.
Fun, meow. their wonderful chunks
I
of meat that are
remember
soaking
before
in
the crash, I was saying that Lychee probably does use some kind of perfume or something.
Yeah.
But it
Don't
is
do
still
that.
noteworthy that
that's enough.
Bang knows that specific scent that well.
Yeah.
He's probably not even gotten that close to her to just
I'm
take a big
sorry.
sniff.
I'm just...
He probably has just been lurking for so long.
Or he got he could smell it when she left because it was still clinging to the air, and he's just assuming that it's Lychee and not Urakune that smells that way.
Well, it's
I'll
a smell he
forgive you
seemed
if
to
you let
like,
me
so if
play
it's
with your
Arakune,
boobies
that brings up
again.
some questions.
Yeah.
That's out of the
He
question.
lives in the sewer and he's made of bugs.
I think he openly smells bad. Like, characters often talk
You're
about
mean.
it.
Yeah. So if Lychee's smell is overpowering
fine by
that,
me.
either Bang really does have a super good nose, or
By
maybe
the
she's
way,
just been
Ruby
spraying
lady,
herself
you're
down
some
before she
trouble.
goes into the sewers.
What's the matter,
Maybe.
Are
Maybe.
you hungry? I have some dried sardines if
It
you
would
want.
almost
Meow.
make sense for her to do so that people could potentially
No,
find her
thank you.
corpse if something
But
happens.
I do need help.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, someone
Well,
with a
let me
good
put it
nose
this
would.
way.
And we're
Have you
talking
seen
to
a
a
black
cat girl,
squiggly
so that's
thing before?
probably the case.
Kind of.
No, I haven't. No.
Wait, she
A
hasn't
black
seen the squiggly yet?
Not up here.
I see.
I mean, for all we know, Tao has, and Tao just doesn't remember, because that happens
I mean,
often.
yeah, that's true.
Lychee! Where
Could be
are
she's a little too
you?
distracted to remember that thing that keeps eating people in her
Yeah.
village.
I'm hungry. What was my house?
People that you don't want around you are always nearby for some reason.
I have a tail?
Becoming a problem.
I mean, it is.
Those who are
It
coming
would
after
make
you
sense
gone.
to forget
Is
your
that
own
it,
tail
Ruby
and start
lady?
chasing it.
Let me take care of it for
Yeah.
you, Meow. If it goes well, I want something in return. I can't
She
exactly
just wants
work
food.
For free, you
It's
know.
fine.
Yeah, potentially.
Cheapest mercenary
I'm
you
looking
can
for a
get.
man called Ragna. If you can either tell
That's
me where
also
he
fine.
is or give me a lot of meat buns, consider it done.
Ah, yeah.
Which one sounds better to you, Meow?
Let's see.
Ooh,
Okay.
choice.
Wait a minute.
Josh is consulting the tome.
I shouldn't have another option here.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
forgot to write something?
No, I don't think there's supposed to be another option here.
Maybe it doesn't matter what you pick.
No, I'm concerned.
You got this off of the wiki, right?
Yeah, I got this off of the wiki, which has always been correct up until this point. Let me just make absolutely sure of something. We will be right back. So, it turns out that the wiki doesn't have any listing on the story mode for this.
Yeah, this one specific choice.
Yeah, so this one specific choice, I have to assume because, like, you suggested maybe it just doesn't matter then, and I don't know, maybe
Yeah,
it just
like-
literally doesn't matter.
The dialogue's different, but the path is the same.
I would assume that it would matter, but for some strange reason, it's just not there.
That's so weird. Maybe it's like they're each like 2% on the completion, and it doesn't matter.
Maybe. I have no idea.
Well, should we see
It's
what's
also
funniest?
of note that we are choosing an option for Lychee in Bang's story mode.
That is very strange.
It's super weird, and I don't know what's going on here. So,
Well-
should we tell her that that Bang knows where Ragna is, or should we tell her we're going to buy her meat buns?
The person who's about to walk by is Bang, so in theory we could be saying which one he'll do, but why would Lychee know that?
No, this is
Lychee
Taukaka asked
lying.
No, this is Taukaka asked us.
Yeah, but...
Well, she asked Lychee, like, which one is the better option?
I mean, Bang does know where Ragna is, and I don't know if he has money.
Okay. Yeah, alright, whatever.
Person
Let's
asking
just
you
do
knows
Ragna
where
then.
Ragna is, Ruby lady?
Yes, probably. He's a
She was
vigilante
calling him
after
like
all.
Ragna before, and now it's Ragna.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ruby lady?
Consistency.
I'll treat you to some
No,
nice
she just keeps
love,
jumping
Meow.
between them.
She's usually consistent with other names
Oh
for
god,
people.
I'll treat you to some mice?
Oh my.
She brings them live,
She took
and
off
like
so
she's like, "Oh,
fast.
thank you, how sweet," and then just lets
But
them
now I
go.
can go back to looking for him. I owe you
Or if
one
they're
towel.
dead, I don't know. She feeds them
I
to her
don't
panda.
know.
Scruffy man
Maybe.
right there. You gotta till
Don't
we
agree
rid
with
the
that. You know
lockdown
that's
is.
not what
Meow.
pandas eat.
Where's the white guy?
Guy? What are you talking about?
Ragna blood something. Meow. I need to find him to
Please
make money
become
for the
friends.
village. Meow.
Oh, that wanted criminal.
You'd hope that they
I
would,
already
right?
took care of him.
Oh,
though.
but now she's gonna be mad because he stole her bounty.
Meow.
I guess you were a little late. You'd be better off just forgetting about the whole Ragna thing, okay?
How dare you take money from the Kaka
All I have
clan?
to do now is to feed
Yeah.
this scruffy man.
So
and
like
make
he
money out
doesn't
of it. Meow.
have the bounty, but if he
No.
did, she'd be rich if she killed him.
Where's
Yeah.
the logic in that?
I'm not sure. Meow. Anyway, here I come. Meow.
She'll just sell him for parts. There's a lot of beef there.
Yeah.
They'll feed the Kaka clan for at least a week. Maybe not.
11 minutes.
That's about right.
If they all eat like Tao.
Is turning.
Yeah.
Action. Yeah.
Pulverizing, pulverizing, pulverizing fist. Pulverizing fist.
You're just gonna do that over and over?
No, it's a good move. I just wanted to do some spacing with it.
Oh, okay.
Pulverizing fist opening.
Yeah, it's like a tiger when he does that, right?
Yep.
Has he ever been tiger themed?
Not really, but I mean, it's a generic sort of thing that he could just throw out, and I don't think anybody would question it.
Yeah, okay.
I see.
Yeah, if he's just got like tiger spirit, it's like whatever. He looks like he'd have a tiger-like spirit. Whatever.
Yeah.
His theming honestly is a little bit all over the place.
Yeah.
Like he's got the weird hero.
He's got the nail
stuff.
thing going on.
Yeah,
like,
he's a ninja. He's a Power Ranger. The nails.
no, he's not a Power Ranger. He's a Common Rider.
Yeah, whichever. The nails just kind of doesn't quite go into either of those.
I have no time for this.
I mean,
I gotta go after Miss
do
Lychee.
ninjas ever use those?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
He's just got a railroad spike on his back.
Yeah.
Is he calling Tao a child?
She kind of acts like one.
Miss Lychee!
I mean, he's also supposed to be pretty old, so like,
Yeah,
maybe.
if Tao is like in the age range of like Ragna, anywhere between Ragna and Carl would be my guess, somewhere in there. And
assume,
then
anyway.
Bang's older than all of that.
Your limit.
Yeah, he'd see her as a kid.
Yeah.
For you.
Oh, so he just slithered off and wound up in the cauldron, and Hakumen just lives there or something.
Yeah, and Hakumen is just hitting him for no reason.
Well, why wouldn't he hit Arakune? Look at that thing.
I don't know.
Like, that is clearly a thing that a Hakumen would hit.
That I wield would utterly destroy you.
Yeah.
I will grant your
Make
release
speeches
now.
at.
I suggest you return to the boundary what you have borrowed.
And if this intersects with other possible things that do happen in these timelines, this may be like after ripping a devoured Ragna out of him or something.
I don't know.
God, I forgot about this pose.
Maybe. This is Lychee getting hurt, though. She took damage and her panda's passed out.
Aw. And her boobs are about to fall off if she doesn't hold them up.
Something like that.
If that creature was once human, it left that world long ago.
You're one to talk, Hakumen.
Hakumen, is there even a face under your mask anymore? If you take it off, are you just a skeleton underneath?
It's just
Like-
more of that hair.
Then the
It's
two
just
of
that
you
white
shall
ponytail goes all the way down.
prepare yourself.
Yeah. You take the armor off and there's just more ponytail. Eventually it just all comes undone and he's just a clump of hair. There's nothing else.
Yeah,
there.
you take off the armor and there's like, it's just hair wrapped around a skeleton.
Whoa, that looks like
This
Miss
is just a
Lychee over
Muppet.
there. She's protecting that black squiggly thing again? And more importantly,
Dude, this isn't even the friend zone.
Poor Bang.
no, this isn't the time to get
This
jealous.
isn't even the
I'll
friend
be
zone.
right
It's
there,
some
Miss
other.
Lychee!
It's just straight up like the ignore zone.
It's the he's
Not on
barely
my
talked to
watch.
her zone. I don't know.
She has him blocked on Facebook.
Oh, he's stopping Hakumen from killing
I'm
her.
sorry I'm a little late,
Well, I mean,
but you have nothing to worry
Hakumen's not
about
interested
now.
in her.
Bang Shishigami will protect both you and that black squiggly thingy.
A ninja.
If I can't have her, at least she can be happy with the one she truly loves.
Yeah. I like this. Bang has been beating people who've been pretending to lose to him this entire time.
Oh, that's true.
Because they were told so.
So now we get to
You're
fight
the
the
one who
strongest
needs to get
hero
ready for
ever.
this. Let's settle this
Yeah,
fair and square.
Hakumen, I feel like he would rather die than pretend to lose. Like, actually losing would be, like, preferable.
Yeah, so now we're fighting this Eldritch Knight, I guess. I don't really know what he is.
This ponytail with legs.
Yeah, he's unlimited, by the way.
Oh, is he? There we go. He's got his name glowing. Well, it's still story mode, so he's gonna be beatable.
Yeah. Well, it's not like arcade mode where he's like super
Yeah.
broken because they wanted to eat quarters or whatever.
Yeah, no, they want you to actually get to the end of it this time.
Yeah, for this one anyway.
It's honestly, like, you just gotta keep hitting.
Kinda. There's some issues going on, but yeah.
This is a character that the nails might work okay on. Because you can do a
the
lot
nails
more
are just
jumping.
for movement,
Yeah,
but
that's what I mean.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, he also can do some aerial stuff, but he's not as fast. Of course, the nails are tricky in general.
Yeah, they are. You kind of have to know what you're doing with them, and it's a big pain in my butt more than anything. Ah, fuck.
He has some
oh no.
throwing nails, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I don't remember how to
the
do them.
command. I want to say it's a quarter circle back and one of the non-special buttons.
Oh, fuck me. We lose.
Aw.
You were a fool to
Oh,
challenge
that's
me.
fine.
What a
Can't
shame.
fight a ponytail with a
wish I
hat
could see
on.
Miss Lychee
Yeah.
for one last time, but my eyes no longer see
Oh
light.
shit, he severed your eyeballs?
Miss
I
Lychee,
don't know.
Please.
Cut him right in the face where Jean got him the first time. He
That
says
would make
thud.
sense.
I like that he says all of his onomatopoeias.
I know.
Or like his actions too.
Yeah, he
Oh
narrates.
fuck, he's Snake? Shit.
I'm surprised she knows his name. If
All
I
right.
were in the situation she's in where he's just following, I would aggressively force myself to not hear when he says his name.
Yeah.
Just straight up.
Yeah, same. Alright, so we're just gonna speed through this real fast and then start the fight. Alright. Here we
When
go.
I do the art for this, I promise it's not going to be a Virgin Chad meme.
Yeah, thank you.
It occurred to me that I could do that and that I shouldn't.
Yeah, no, you really should not.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
An hour from now, I hand you the thumb drive. You open it up, it's like, okay, edit this to the end of the episode. It's just a Virgin Chad meme. and you
Please stop.
scream.
Like,
Nah.
oh fuck. Oh no, oh no, oh no, how can this be? Trying not to die.
Well, if you lose this one, pass it to me.
Shishigami Ninja, hidden art.
Okay. No.
Oh, fuck.
That was a big counter. Fuck. Okay. You sure you want to do this? Because I was the one doing it this entire time.
Yeah,
so
but I know how to play Bang.
Okay, it's just...
I'm not super good at it.
Okay.
But we'll see.
You're taking the controller from me during story mode.
Because that's the rule. You
okay,
lost
alright,
twice.
alright, fine.
So let's see how I do. I might suck, but
Yeah,
then
we'll-
we'll cut.
we'll see.
So whatever.
The wheel of fate is turning.
Let's see. And the controls for this fighting game, I tend to remember better than any of the others we play.
Yeah, I mean, we played it a lot.
Let's see.
I feel like you'd probably remember Skullgirls even better if we went
Maybe.
back to that at some
Yeah,
point.
because you taught me basically how to do fighting games with it.
Yeah. Well, they're all motions or quarter circles in that game, and in this
No,
game,
there's the emotions in it. I remember hating
there
them.
are, but we almost never did very many of them, and when we did do them, I mean, you hate them, but they're not impossible. Like,
Yeah, I guess.
they're fair enough. Like, there's emotions in here too, but for the most part, this game uses quarter circles also. Careful. It's a little surprising that they threw the unlimited Hakumen in here.
Yeah, a little bit. Alright,
But I
let's
guess
see
it's
how
not
I do.
like-
I'm still losing
that's
this
fine.
fight so far. Let's see.
But I guess it's not completely unheard of for them to just throw fucking unlimited
Ah,
Hakumen
fuck,
into
that's
things.
one. I get a second.
Okay. Well, let me speed through this story for you.
Alright.
Like,
I wish I could.
Josh wants the controller.
I'm just trying to make it faster, don't worry.
Okay.
Jeez.
I guess I don't button mash as fast as
No,
you
you
do.
don't. Like,
But I'm luckier when I do it.
no, you're not.
We both know luck isn't real,
There.
so just let me pretend.
Okay, fine. Do your thing.
Alright, let's see if my thing is any better this time now that I've had a warm up.
Yeah. You're doing okay now.
Yeah, I guess I just needed a warm up or something.
I'm just so confused by, like, the inclusion of unlimited Hakumen isn't impossible. I mean, it happens all the fucking time. But it's like, it feels so strange here because they give him actively, like, more life and I think more armor when he shows up in this mode, too. Like, I'm not 100% sure. But it's really weird because, like, you can sit here and you can just beat on unlimited Hakumen all day, and it's like, it oftentimes is not enough to do almost any damage on him. You're doing real good this time.
Yeah, I guess it was just a warm up round. Yeah. It's been a while since I've played as Bang specifically.
It was almost a perfect.
It seems I am
that was pretty good.
victorious.
I never get those.
Yeah. Alright.
Impressive.
Bang
Your
wins.
spirit is strong. But it makes a little difference.
Hakumen's like,
Bladed hand
impressive,
shall
you
I
hurt
reap the
me.
sins of this world and cleanse
Yeah,
it
it's
from the
like,
fires
you
of
didn't
destruction.
break my mouth,
The
so I'm
end
gonna
has
go on
come.
this soliloquy about edgelord shit.
Keep giving monologues.
Wait,
Turning purple.
do what you must, I am already giving a speech.
Jeez.
Wait, Arakune's saying that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Just stop him
This is
saying.
just like what happened to Iruma. It can't be.
Is that a name we should know?
I don't remember that.
Now
Is that
is the time,
Arakune's
ninja
It might be.
person name?
It
We
might
have
be.
not yet finished.
Huh.
Wait,
Who named him
aware
Arakune?
of what's happening here?
Because I don't know where that name came from.
Maybe he named himself.
Time. I
Maybe.
cannot afford to
But
lose
why?
the likes of you.
I understand not going by his old name,
I
but
guess
is
I
there
have
something
no other
specific
choice
about the name
then.
he picked?
Miss
I don't
Lychee,
know. I
please
have
get
no
out of
idea.
here with that squiggly thingy. Let me
Live a
handle
long
He
and
doesn't-
happy life with your love.
He doesn't even know Arakune's name, and he just keeps calling him the stupidest thing.
Yeah, just get out of here with
now.
that
If this goes
puddle
on, this
that
place
you
will be
want to
wiped out,
kiss.
just like Iruma. You'll die for sure.
No,
if you get
Iruma is a
dragged into
place.
it.
Huh. Different from Ikaruga?
Well, we know that there's at least 12 cities that are exactly the same as Ikaruga. Maybe Iruma was the one before it, because we know that when these things go off, they eat the entire city, and Ragna has actively been going in and killing the
Okay.
new in every version
There's
of
nothing
it.
to
Yeah,
worry
and it's
about.
been at least like
As
3
soon
times.
as I
Yeah.
finish him off,
So that
I'll
could
be
be
right
it,
I think it's been 12
I'll see you
times.
in
I don't think
the
it's
bar
been
in
12.
Oregon.
There's
Didn't
12
he say that this
cities.
was the
Would you like to
12th
have a
city
drink
in his
there?
story mode?
No, it is just the 12th city.
I thought it was the
period.
12th time he did it,
I
too.
don't think it was.
I don't know.
It's like 3 or 4.
I
Yeah.
will. I'll be waiting for you.
Oh, you're motivating him. She has no
All right
intention
now.
of following
That's
through.
a
Nah.
warm-up. Check this out. This is the master art
Yeah, and I
of
was
the
like, I'll have a
Ikaruga
drink
ninja.
with you.
He's gonna
later.
go super bang, and then we're gonna have to watch yellow versus purple.
Prepare yourself.
That's fine. Is this a thing? Like this glow that Hakumen's doing? Has he done
It's
this
his
before?
magic glow. No, I don't think
No,
he's ever done
and
it
it's a
before.
little different from when he actually uses his super that
On the
powers
lowest
him
of
up.
13
He's
layers
Yeah, it
normally
is.
blue.
Kakutsuchi,
Yeah.
the Kaka clan has
Huh.
taken residence. But here, there is no
What
sky.
are we talking
I
about
don't
this
know.
for?
No stars.
This also isn't usually
The
voiced.
skyscraping structures on higher levels had completely
Yeah.
covered the sky. However, there was once a man who reclaimed the tattered sky of the Kaka village.
Oh. Wait, what?
Is
The
this
man's
Jubei?
name?
No.
Bang Shishigami. A
Bang?
real man who put others'
What?
lives before his own in the Kagutsuchi Gate incident. saving not only the Kaka clan.
This
but the
is
entire
someone
city of
narrating
Kabukichi.
Bang's death, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
Inevitably,
Maybe?
irreversible damage has been done to the Kaka village. Bang's destruction of higher layers has caused once again rays
okay,
of light to
so
shine upon the villagers of Kaka.
So he blew the ceiling off of the Kaka
In the
village.
He
Kaka
killed
clan,
Hakumen so hard that it just
tales of
destroyed
Bang
things.
Shishigami
I guess.
have been passed from generation to generation as a folktale of the man
How
who
long has
stole
it
back the
been?
sun.
Like 10 days.
Super special technique. Catch a corner on
What?
fire by making it look like I fall on my face.
Oh no.
I can't
Did he
believe
actually
it.
win his
Totally.
fight? Because all they're really celebrating is that he
my turn to be boss
destroyed
man
the
now.
roof.
Yeah. He pretended to fall on his face and then caught Hakumen off guard and blew him up and just destroyed the ceiling for like 8 levels.
No,
Maybe.
my turn.
What are the odds that he's telling this story to the kids?
I don't know.
He loses and then goes down and punches the ceiling and then just tells them there's a reason.
Yeah.
This humongous nail.
He never really hits you with the nail, though.
There's not really a good explanation for it either. It's just
Yeah.
there.
He just nails them
Everybody be
into
nice to each
reality
other, meow.
and bounces
No
around.
fighting. If Scruffy Man of Love and Justice sees this, he will get mad in heaven.
Yeah, okay, so he's dead. Like, Bang's just dead. This is the true end, too.
Taukaka's just let the legacy live on by telling them that he did things.
Good answer.
I guess.
I'm sure that makes the Scruffy Man happy, meow. It's getting dark, so let's all go home.
Tao also beat him up. Wait a minute, it's been generations, but Tao is still exactly the same.
She's eternal.
You've met
Or
us
generations are
before,
really
right,
fast because they're cats.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. It was a
And,
long
like,
time
I mean,
ago,
a
though.
2-year-old
He was
cat and a
such a
12-year-old
scruffy
cat look
man.
pretty similar.
Yeah.
Boss Bing
It-
must have been
You think
so
that's how it works?
strong.
Like, they age up to a certain point and they just kind of say, or like
No,
humans
no.
can't tell that they've gotten
Humans
older?
can't tell. Well, you can tell if you actually look at a cat. They totally do have the look of cats that are getting older
Not
as
if
they
you're
age.
just glancing. Also, her face is hidden.
Well, it's because they've got a lot of... Typically, with real cats, it's because they have a lot of fur on their bodies.
Yeah.
Oh, not as strong as
She's
Meow.
got a lot of
But he sure was.
clothes on her upper body.
Yeah.
If he was really that strong,
And, I mean,
why
I
did he
guess
have to
legs
get a
show
hammock?
age, but not the same way.
Because he died like an
He
idiot.
wanted to bring back the sky upon the village of
If he was so
Hakumen.
strong, how come
No.
Hakumen kicked his ass?
The Scruffy Man is watching over us to make sure
I was
everybody
almost
is
hoping
happy
that they
from
would
up
like
there.
show a shot of the ceiling and
Let's
it's
all
just
say
that
thank you to
super
him
mode
now.
Bang
Ready?
is just stuck in the ceiling
Yeah.
and that's the sun.
I half expected them to shoot up and just look at the sky, and it's the shape of Bang, like, cut through the ceiling.
Thank you, Scruffy
That would be
Man.
great.
That's a good
He
picture. I like
blasted
that.
off again.
That's pretty good. Bang stories, belief end. Okay, so that was the end of the Bang. Alright, so now we're gonna do the verses that we usually do.
Here I go.
I'll be Bang. Who do you want to be?
One of his romantic rivals, but which
Okay.
one?
I forgot where he even was on this character select. Okay, I found him.
So, is it gonna be he's trying to win Lychee from Tager? Or Arakune, who I'm good at?
It's
or
your
Hakumen?
choice.
Honestly, it should just be Lychee. They didn't actually fight in this.
Okay, that's fair.
And let me find a romantic outfit for her.
You're not
I
gonna
guess
find that.
purple is close.
Faye-ling.
I don't know if there's actually an option.
I mean, usually there's a
Bang
pink.
versus Lychee.
This will probably be close enough.
This is her stage, I'm pretty sure. I don't... They might share a stage, actually.
No,
Ronan
no,
cause, yeah,
because
because he's on the bridge. His stage is on the bridge.
this isn't a romantic pink at all. It's just straight up purple,
No.
purple.
Yeah,
Whatever.
that's fine.
So I forget how to fight as Lychee.
That's fine. Oop, oh, well, okay.
Okay, I'm kind of remembering some of her moves.
Okay. Oof. Pulverizing counter. Ooh, oh, okay.
Okay, so I forget how to, when you put down your pole, how to jump onto it.
Isn't it just a double motion? Like, is it a quarter circle? It might be a quarter circle.
I don't remember.
Could be back or forward.
It's been a while. Whatever. Your mobility abilities are also hard to use.
Yeah, a little bit.
Ah, shit. I was kind of hoping I'd get that in.
Nah. I beat you with, like, very little life.
The dramatic shading looks good on him with his whole aesthetic.
I fucking agree.
I just kind of look like DeviantArt dodge and burn recolor.
A little bit. So, I guess we could talk about it, because otherwise we won't get an option to until December. But there was a Smash Direct.
Oh, yeah, we should. It's a fighting game. We should talk about it.
When that game comes out, we are definitely gonna play it. Like,
yeah, because
it's got a story mode too again. So we're going back to having fucking whatever the word I'm looking for is.
I don't know, story snark.
No, well, story snark, but oh shit. Subspace Emissary, there we go.
Yeah. So it's got a, what is it, like an early purchase free DLC character? Is that how they're doing it?
Kind of, yeah. It's Piranha Plant.
Yeah, so if we want that, we gotta get it like when it comes out.
Well, let's not joke. Like, we both really like Smash anyway.
Oh yeah,
so,
we
like,
skipped Smash 4 because we don't have a Wii U, and a 3DS Smash seemed like it would just destroy us. It would destroy the slide pad.
Yeah,
like it just seems
that was my biggest issue. Was I didn't want to destroy the slide pad.
It seems like a bad format.
The
is all.
potential systems, yeah.
Yeah, but we've never fully experienced like Wii Fit Trainer or Duck Hunt Dog or whatever.
I have actually played Smash 4 with other people, so.
Oh yeah, I was asleep when that happened, right?
Yeah.
He had friends visit and it was great, and they brought a Wii U, but I had been at work all day, so I took a nap for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Which was fine. I was in the other room, so it wasn't like I was just sitting there being rude and taking up space. And we played card games afterwards when I was awake.
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
It's, yeah, that has a range on it.
Yeah, it does.
I was trying to remember, it's like, do I remember any of her specials?
Run over here. Oh, fuck. No, I'm gonna die.
I'm just spinning and winning, dude.
Aww.
That's literally me just circling and pressing B.
Well,
I guess by the way they list the commands, that's
button
the
masher,
C.
that's nice to know.
Do you want to do it again?
What are your final thoughts? Nah, let's end this.
I just really like Bang. He's borderline joke character, but like he's like, I like that there aren't literal joke characters.
Mm-hmm.
There's no character who just absolutely does not touch the plot. And just, I don't know, there's something about him that I just really like. He's just, I'm not rooting for him to win anyone's heart. Because Lychee, honestly, she deserves better than any of these scrubs. But, like, I want him to find happiness somewhere.
I guess.
Just not there.
He's happy being a hero.
We didn't fight Jean during that, by the way.
Not the entire way through.
Yeah.
Well, we still don't know, but Hakumen might be Jean, in which case, kind of.
But, like, they don't have the whole "you killed my master" back in Ikaruga thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, I got nothing.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next Sunday.
See you guys next Sunday. Night.
Have a good night.
Shishigami, Shishigami, 期待には こり潜む頭の敵の表示騒ぎ光るかの過去をかみしめて君は甘かける同胞のため平和のため怒りを勇気に変えてあの日の悲しみもそのよう手が解き放てうがつ劇は誰も止められぬ罪を打ち砕くは正義大噴火稲光から先行の正義獅子神バンここに健在幾度となく戦い傷つき力尽き倒れていてもその真の像とまるまで負けてくじてくじけてはいけない誰かが救いを求め泣き叫んだろうひがえれ不死鳥のように駆け抜けろいざ天のごとく何よりも誰よりも早く強く白い足の君が悲しんで涙に濡れているその想い届けるため彼女の笑顔取り戻せ風よりも早く林よりも静かに炎よりも熱く山よりも高くにきらめく黄金の風その名も風鈴飾る遠くに愛を貫く獅子神バンここに健在獅子神バンバン SISIGMI 獅子神バンバン開幕3秒の極楽浄土ここからどこまで照らされるのか暴発でいいんじゃネガティブキャンペーンいつまでも続くずっと前のターンそれくらいハンデだ勝負は始まったばかり叫べ集え今度から燃やし尽くせバンバンバンバンバン魂戦う心焦げつくほどにバンバンバンバンバン魂消えない炎山砕くほどに信じる心輝く太陽熱く燃え上がれ光を超えたルートなれバーニンバーバンバンバンバンババンバンバンバンバンババンバンバンバンバンバンババンバンバンバンバンババン今度は4秒で敗北寸前圧倒的なリード覆せるのかガード固める疑うチャンス冷静に処理を行う相手が憎みそれがどうした諦めるなんてらしくないぜ手に入れろ描いた勝利何度でも這い上がれパンパンパンパン地盤魂野生の心はち切れるほどにダンダンダンダン輝く名前と魂冷めないかかとしびれる大地